Alrighty then, it is spaghetti and meatball day here, and nothing could be easier than this. I've got a pound of ground beef, 2 eggs, regular spices that I use for, say, meatloaf, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, about 4 tablespoons of parsley, whatever you like in there, and I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese. It calls for Romano, but the prices on Romano have been ridiculous. So I ain't paying it. I ain't having it. I've got a couple triangles frozen in the freezer. I think I'm gonna guard them with my life. And of course, we're gonna put breadcrumbs in, but I bake these. I do not enjoy putting meatballs in my cast iron skillet and doing it on the stove and having to babysit it. Just not my jam. Get our triangle back. And then I'm simply going to put them in a parchment paper lined douflachi pan that I sprayed with some non-stick. You could put it olive oil. And I'm telling you, parchment paper can get on your nerves. It's like wrestling. So I'm gonna mix this up first before I add any of my home dehydrated, what do you call it, breadcrumbs. Easy peasy, never fail meatballs. They'll cook for 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. How cool is that? And it's chilly here today on the coast of South Carolina. Did not dig waking up to that. Because day before yesterday, went out with a friend, Vern, and 2 teenagers from the dock next door. And the only thing that was caught was, oddly enough, in salt water, a long-nosed gar. That was not fun. I did not catch it. Thankfully, it had only bitten his line, and he was able to shake him off of it, or her. We don't know. So I need enough breadcrumbs to where this will hold into a ball. I do not put garlic. I know what you're thinking. No garlic in your meatball. So I want to shape them. Sometimes the test can be, can you squish it together? Other times, roll it in your hand. Ain't nobody need a meatball that big. Sometimes I freeze them. Oh, that's cute. And it's holding together. So I'll plop that in my pan. And I will continue to roll up. Excuse me. My truck is green. It is a pollen kind of few days. So I don't always get them uniform, because like I said, this ain't no kitchen thing. So that one's too big. I'll pinch it down. All right, I'll continue to do this. I'll put them in at 350. I'll show you before they go in. And it's May 1st, people. Let's start opening up and rock. I'm freaking over it. So here they are. We got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 21. Got a little fatty down there. So I'm gonna put them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Another reason I like to bake these as opposed to doing in my cast iron skillet or a skillet on the stove is you have a lot more leeway with not getting the perfect amount of breadcrumbs and moisture with your eggs that they can start to fall apart. If you hadn't done it correctly, these held together well when you can do the squeeze test. And there's no liquid, of course, as if you had too many eggs. But this is a no-fail for me. And then after I make the spaghetti, before we serve it, I'll drop these into the spaghetti sauce. And it's gonna be a meat sauce. It's my daddy's recipe. When I was young, people would ask, will the Colonel make spaghetti? When we had a sleepover or a birthday pig out, and my dad had to make a huge thing of spaghetti meat sauce. So we're all known for something we love. The Colonel's was spaghetti with meat sauce. He did not make meatballs. I'm making meatballs. Because just because your mom and daddy did a certain way, you grown. Do it how you want. We want some meatballs. And we might save some and just have a little meatball sandwich with some nice marinara sauce. All right, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 minutes. Meatballs. Alrighty then, our meatballs have been in for 20 minutes. Let's bring them out. Oh yeah, see? Never fail. So I'll let those cool off. Then I'll put them on a little brown paper bag to get some of the grease off that thankfully was captured by my parchment paper. And I'm working on my Colonel's spaghetti meat sauce right now. Love meatballs.